When most people say the name Mini, the firm majority of us think of this. It's a 1968 Mini Cooper S, a car that defined a generation and pioneered an automotive revolution. It was the genesis of the term hot hatch and set countless records in its 41 years of production. In 2000, however, this classic Mini's reign came to an end. And in the following year, BMW had a crack. And this is the result. This is a Generation 1 BMW Mini Cooper. And tonight, on the show, we're going to find out whether or not this car retains the same effervescence that made its predecessor such an icon.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. What a noise! What a noise in the first place. Let's just keep it at that. Right, we'll settle down now. So the question remains whether the 2003 Gen 1 Mini retains the same character that this car has. Now, I don't know about you, but the fair majority of you probably know the cliches about Mini, you know, being small and all and having terrific handling, and that's definitely a word that is present whenever someone mentions the name Mini. Of course, hydroelectric suspension in this Cooper S. The Cooper S in Australia, a little bit different to the British one. It's a 1275cc up from the Cooper's 998cc engine. The steering is just so precise. The wheel is huge, but the ratio of the steering arm here is so quick that this is just a little downhill left-hander. Look, that's so little steering angle. I don't even know if you'll pick that up on camera, but it is just so little camera angle, and I can back there, that 2003 Gen 1 retains that same fizziness. I don't know whether it can. This is just such an experience. Everything's right. The clutch is heavy, yes, but the brakes are boosted and nice, and they don't wear. There's plenty of, they do wear, but there's not much knockoff at all. The throttle short, but does its job. You don't need a big long throttle on a car like this. So I don't know whether this new Mini is able to take it on, whether it retains the same Mini character that makes a Mini so iconic. I guess we'll find out in the next few minutes, but I sure as hell hope it does. It is just such a fun car. Alright guys, welcome aboard the not brand new, but Gen 1 BMW Mini. Straight up we'll get over the stats differences. 1.6 litre engine, non-supercharged, this is the non-S model. 5-speed transmission, of course front wheel drive, and 195 section tyres up front. Making about 90 kilowatts, so up from the original Mini, of course. Now, size-wise, this is where it gets a bit controversial. Whether or not it's a Mini, well, it's on its size. A lot of the classic guys refer to these as Minis, either for their reference to BMW or Big Mini. Immediately, you almost feel slower driving this car just because of its stature on the road and its dimensions. You don't use as much as the road, and you know, it just doesn't feel as small and as punchy. It still does that as its predecessor. So I guess in that terms, its size does affect how it feels, and whether or not that makes it not a Mini is up for debate. So we're just going to go for a bit of a drive and see if it feels the same. 4-speed here, no torque from this engine. One of the main things that surprised me about the new Mini was that, one of the main things that surprised me about the old Mini was its huge amount of torque down low, its punchiness down low. And I mean, this car doesn't have that. Whether or not the S retains that with its supercharged engine, but I feel like it's a little bit artificial being supercharged compared to this naturally aspirated one. This is keeping it the most original in terms of its aspiration wise. So here's this little downhill bit of fun. Nice brakes, really linear brakes. Not as boosted as it feels as the old Mini. These new Mini brakes are quite harsh. And if we do that, there we are, that's back down. That's from 80 to 20 quite quickly. They are nice brakes. Not much fade. We did a little track test on this, unfortunately. Camera not too good for that one. It was shaking about. But no brake fade whatsoever. Clutch. Now this is where it still retains that same stiff feeling, and all the pedal spacings are spot on. I mean, as a driver's car, in terms of how it feels, and I mean, it's awesome mid-corner. Look, this is front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive cars are notorious for understeering, and this is planted. Having this type of differential as well, you can sort of trail the brakes on exit and it drags the car out. Nice torsion diff. There's a point in this rev range, about 3.5, this motor comes alive. 3.5, 3.7. This motor really likes to be revved out, and that's sort of, I'd like to say almost the opposite of the old Mini. It's a small engine in the old Mini, but it had so much torque that you didn't need to rev it out to get that full power. And I feel that's sort of somewhere where this Mini is lacking. So sort of have to slow down and get down the road. Yeah, it's not as much fun. Whether or not it retains the same effervescence, we're going to find out right now. call the Mini. Of course it's bigger, it may not be as punchy and it may not feel as true to nature as the old ones, but as a modern equivalent to an old Mini, BMW have got it spot on. They have got it spot on. If this goes like this, I don't know what the S goes like. This is such a little punchy car. Once you get it above that 4.5 when we're going up the hill there, nice car. Agreed, the new Mini is a tad big to be called a Mini. But well and truly, this car has taken up the mantle of its predecessor and should be widely considered the modern equivalent of a 60s icon.